Hey, streaming friends! Are you ready to make your Twitch or YouTube streams incredibly interactive and engaging? In this video, I'm thrilled to introduce you to Nexi, your very own AI Twitch streamer. Nexi is an amazing AI tool that acts as an intelligent companion right on your stream. It can chat with your audience, respond to your voice commands via microphone, and truly bring a new level of interactivity to your channel. We've designed the setup process to be as straightforward as possible, and I'll guide you through every single step to get Nexi up and running in no time.
Let's jump right in.
Nexi is a powerful and feature-rich tool, so there are a few essential things you'll need to know and set up before we get started. Don't worry, it's all manageable, and this preparation will unlock Nexi's full potential. First and foremost, Nexi works with StreamElements, a popular platform for streamers. You'll need a free StreamElements account to use your companion. Next, to power your companion's AI capabilities, you'll need an OpenAI API key. While it's not free to use, and the minimum amount of credits you can purchase is $5, it's very cost-effective. Typically, one interaction costs around 1/100th of a cent. For instance, if your AI responds to 1,000 chat messages in a stream, it will cost you approximately 10 cents. Alternatively, you can use the widget without an API key as a TTS companion that reads out messages triggered by a command without generating its own responses at no additional cost. To give Nexi a truly natural and engaging voice, we're also incorporating ElevenLabs. You'll want to create a free ElevenLabs account to access their high-quality, realistic text-to-speech voices. Upon signing up, ElevenLabs gives you 10,000 free credits, which is typically enough for a substantial amount of streaming. Finally, to enable Nexi to send its responses directly to your stream chat and to use the super cool microphone module for voice control, you'll need to activate the StreamElements chatbot and get your JWT token. It might sound like quite a few steps, but don't be intimidated. We'll walk through each of these requirements one by one, making it super easy to follow along. First, let's create your OpenAI API account. Go to the OpenAI API website and click Sign Up. Complete the sign-up form and verify your email address. Log into your new OpenAI account and verify your phone number on the dashboard. Next, go to the billing section. Add your payment details, choosing Individual as the account type. Then, purchase API credits. The minimum purchase is $5. Important note, if you don't want your balance to automatically recharge, make sure to uncheck that option during the purchase process. Confirm your payment and your OpenAI account setup is complete. Now, let's get your OpenAI API key. In your OpenAI dashboard, find and open the API Keys tab. Click Create New Secret Key. Give it a name and click Create Secret Key. Immediately copy this key and save it securely. You only have one chance to copy it. Once saved, click Done and again. Don't forget to keep your API key private. Next, we'll set up your ElevenLabs account for enhanced voices. Go to ElevenLabs.io. Click Try for Free or Login. Sign up with your email and password. Verify your email address and your free ElevenLabs account is now ready, including 10,000 free credits to begin with. To connect Nexi to ElevenLabs, you'll need your API key. Log into ElevenLabs, click on your name in the bottom left corner and select API Keys. Click Create API Key. Give it a name and click Create. Copy the generated API key and save it securely. To enable Nexi to send text messages in your stream chat, we need to enable the StreamElements chatbot. Log into your StreamElements account. Go to Chatbot and then Settings. Under Bot Status, click Unmute. And that's it. The chatbot is now enabled. For chat integration and voice control, you need your StreamElements JWT token. In your StreamElements account, click your profile picture, then your nickname, and select Channel Settings. Scroll down to the JWT token section. Click the copy icon to copy your JWT token. Save this token securely. It's needed for the next steps. With all accounts and tokens ready, let's install the Nexi widget. In the downloaded files, go to the second widget folder. Double-click the file for your streaming platform, Twitch or YouTube, to install it in StreamElements. In StreamElements, find the Nexi widget and click Edit. Select the AI companion layer. Navigate to the authentication settings section. Paste all API and JWT keys you created into the corresponding fields, and that's it. Authentication setup is complete. Now, let's set up voice control using the microphone module. Go to aicompanion.kudos.tv in your browser. Paste your StreamElements JWT token into the JWT token field and click Authenticate. Set your command trigger, the word or phrase to activate voice response like, "Hey Nexi." Verify that the companion command matches your widget settings, usually ask or say. Choose your speaking language. Click Start Listening. When prompted, allow microphone access. Setup complete. You can now speak to Nexi by saying your trigger word followed by your message. Keep this browser tab active for continuous voice recognition. Okay, Nexi is now installed and authenticated. Now for the really fun part, customization. Nexi has a wide range of settings that let you personalize its appearance, voice, behavior, and how it interacts with your stream. We'll quickly go through each customization section to give you an overview. For a more detailed explanation of every single setting and option, be sure to check out the full text setup guide. The link is in the video description below. And remember, after making any changes in the widget editor, always click the Save button in the top right corner to apply them to your stream. Let's start with the visual appearance of Nexi in the Character Settings section. You have access to 5 pre-designed characters that are ready to use instantly. Just select one and it's good to go. If you want a truly unique look, you can also upload your own custom images or animated GIFs. You can upload separate images for when Nexi is not speaking and when it's talking, creating a dynamic PNG tuber style effect. Beyond choosing a character, you can also fine-tune the animations using settings like the transform point, image open threshold, and scale animation multipliers, giving you precise control over how your character moves and reacts. Next, let's customize how Nexi's text responses appear on screen in the text box settings section. You can choose to show or hide the text box entirely. You can adjust its position on the screen using X and Y coordinates and set its maximum width. You can select any font from Google Fonts to style the text and adjust the font weight. And of course, you can customize the colors. To make your character stand out even more, explore the shadow settings. If you enable it, you can customize the shadow's horizontal and vertical offset to control its position relative to your character. You can adjust the blur amount to make the shadow softer or sharper, and you can choose the shadow color to perfectly complement your stream's visual style. Let's move on to the voice settings and customize how Nexi sounds. The first setting is TTS volume, which lets you control how loud Nexi's voice is on your stream. The really exciting voice feature is the Use ElevenLabs toggle. By enabling this, you switch Nexi to use realistic voices from ElevenLabs. If you enable Use ElevenLabs, you'll then be able to choose from a selection of different ElevenLabs voices, allowing you to pick a voice that matches Nexi's personality and your stream's vibe.
I'm here to interact with you and make your streaming experience more enjoyable.
If you disable Use ElevenLabs, Nexi will use the built-in StreamElements text-to-speech voices instead, which still offer a wide range of languages and styles.
I'm here to engage with you and enhance your streaming experience.
Now, let's dive into the AI model settings. This is where you configure Nexi's AI brain and personality. The first important choice is the GPT model. You can choose between GPT-4.1 Mini and GPT-4.0. GPT-4.1 Mini is a fantastic, cost-effective model that's great for general interactions and provides sophisticated responses. GPT-4.0 is the most advanced model and offers even deeper understanding and more nuanced responses, but it is a bit more expensive to use. For most streamers, GPT-4.0 Mini provides an excellent balance of performance and cost. Next, you'll want to set the max response tokens. Tokens are basically units of text, and this setting controls the maximum length of Nexi's responses. A setting of around 100 tokens is a good starting point. It allows for detailed responses while keeping costs manageable. The personality prefix is where you define Nexi's character and how it interacts with your chat. This is a short text prompt that tells Nexi who it is and how to respond. Get creative with this. You can make Nexi a friendly gamer, a sarcastic bot, a knowledgeable tutor, or anything else you can imagine. Finally, you can enable conversation history. If you turn this on, Nexi will remember past conversations, making interactions more context-aware and engaging. However, keep in mind that using conversation history does increase token usage and therefore cost. Speaking of cost, understanding token usage is key to managing your OpenAI API expenses when using Nexi. Tokens are how OpenAI measures the text processed by the AI. Basically, the longer the text Nexi processes and generates, the more tokens are used. Token usage is affected by a few things: the personality prefix you set, the chat messages from your viewers, Nexi's generated responses, and conversation history if you're using it. For a detailed breakdown of token costs, example scenarios to help you understand how tokens are used in practice, and practical tips to manage your token usage and keep costs down, be sure to check out the full text setup guide. The link is in the description. Let's move on to the Command Settings section, where you configure how your viewers interact with Nexi through chat commands. First, in Commands Global, you can set the command prefix. This is the character or characters that viewers need to type at the beginning of any command, like an exclamation mark. You can also set a general cooldown time in seconds. This is the minimum time viewers have to wait between using commands, preventing spam, and giving Nexi time to respond. And cooldown skip auth level lets you specify which user roles, like moderators or VIPs, can bypass the cooldown timer. Next, in Command Say, you configure the text-to-speech command. Command Alias is where you set the keyword viewers use to trigger the TTS function. The default is Say, but you can change it. Command Auth Level lets you control who is allowed to use this command. You can set it to everyone, subscribers, moderators, and so on. In Command's Ask section, you configure the AI interaction command. Command Alias is the keyword viewers use to talk to Nexi. The default is Ask. Command Auth Level controls who can use the command. A really interesting feature here is Auto Mode. If you enable Auto Mode, Nexi will automatically respond to all messages from users who meet the chosen auth level, without them needing to type the command. Be careful with token usage if you enable Auto Mode, especially with GPT-4.0. Finally, Send Response in Chat lets you have Nexi's replies sent directly into your stream chat via the StreamElements bot, making sure everyone sees the responses even if they miss the on-screen widget. Lastly, in Event Settings, you can configure how Nexi responds to stream events like tips and cheers. In Events General, use command prefix to trigger events, lets you decide if donation messages need to start with the Ask command to trigger an AI response. In Events Tip Cheer, you can enable event responses for tips and cheers and set a minimum trigger amount, so Nexi only responds to donations above a certain value you specify. Okay, customization is done. Now let's add Nexi to your streaming software so it appears on your stream. Make sure you've clicked Save in the StreamElements widget editor to save all your settings. For OBS Studio, first, copy the widget URL from your StreamElements dashboard. You'll find it at the top of the widget editor page. Then, open OBS Studio. In the Sources section, click the Add Source button and choose Browser from the list of source types. Give your new browser source a name and click OK. In the Browser Source Properties window, paste the widget URL you copied into the URL field. Set the width to 1920 and the height to 1080. Make sure to check the checkbox labeled Control Audio via OBS and click OK to add the source. To enable audio monitoring for Nexi in OBS, go to the Audio Mixer section at the bottom left. Click the settings icon next to Audio Mixer and choose Advanced Audio Properties. Find your browser source in the list. In the Audio Monitoring column for that source, change the drop-down from Monitor Off to Monitor and Output. Then click Close. Nexi is now fully integrated into OBS Studio, and you'll be able to hear its voice output. For Streamlabs desktop, the process is very similar. First, copy the widget URL from your StreamElements dashboard. Open Streamlabs desktop. In the Sources section, click Add a New Source button and choose Browser Source from the list. Click Add Source. Give your new browser source a name and click Add Source again. In the browser source properties, paste the widget URL into the URL field. Set the width to 1920 and the height to 1080. And make sure to check the checkbox Control Audio via Streamlabs desktop. Then click Done. To enable audio monitoring in Streamlabs desktop, go to the Mixer section at the bottom. Click the settings icon to open Advanced Audio Settings. Find your browser source in the list. In the Audio Monitoring column, change the dropdown to Monitor and Output. Close the Advanced Audio Settings tab and you're all set. Nexi is now integrated into Streamlabs desktop with audio monitoring enabled. Testing is a super important step to make sure everything is working correctly before you go live. First, make sure you've added Nexi as a browser source in your streaming software and that audio monitoring is enabled. Then, the easiest way to test is in your Twitch chat while you're offline. You don't need to be live. Open your channel's chat in offline mode and send some test commands using the commands you've set up, like ask followed by a question or say followed by a test message. Watch your stream preview in OBS or Streamlabs desktop to see how Nexi responds, if the text box appears correctly, and if you can hear the voice output. Specifically, test out the voice settings to make sure the text-to-speech is clear and at the volume you want. Check the text box to make sure it's visible, positioned correctly, and the text is easy to read. If you're using a custom character, check the character animations to make sure they switch smoothly between idle and talking states. Test out the command settings to verify that the cooldowns and permissions are working as expected. And if you've set up shadow settings, check how the shadow effect looks on the text box. Most importantly, if you've set up the microphone module, test that out too. Speak your trigger word and a message into your microphone and see if Nexi responds in real time. Make any adjustments to the settings based on what you see and hear during your testing. Fine-tuning these settings now will ensure a much better experience for both you and your viewers when you go live with Nexi. One of the most powerful aspects of Nexi is its customizable personality. Creating a compelling personality for your AI companion is all about crafting effective personality prompts. Think of the personality prompt as a set of instructions you give to Nexi to define its character and how it should respond. Here are a few key strategies to help you create amazing personality prompts. First, manage response length. If you want Nexi's responses to be concise, add a specific instruction at the end of your prompt to limit the length. For example, reply with 2 sentences max. This helps control token usage and keeps responses to the point.
Live streaming is the process of transmitting real-time video and audio content over the internet, allowing viewers to watch events as they happen. It is commonly used for broadcasting events like concerts, gaming, webinars, and news.
Second, provide direct instructions. Clear and concise prompts work best. Tell Nexi exactly how you want it to behave. Instead of saying, "Can you try to be funny?" say, "Be witty and humorous."
Why don't scientists trust atoms? They make up everything.
Third, prioritize key traits. List the most important characteristics at the beginning of your prompt to emphasize them. For example, if you want Nexi to be friendly and helpful, start with, "You are a friendly and helpful assistant."
Twitch is a live streaming platform primarily for gamers, featuring gameplay, chats, and community interactions.
Fourth, get creative with unique character traits. Don't be afraid to define unusual and entertaining personalities. You can make Nexi a quirky inventor, a Victorian butler, an alien, a Shakespearean actor, or anything you can imagine.
I'm Tony Stark, genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. You know, just your friendly neighborhood superhero.
Finally, personalize it by telling Nexi about yourself or your stream. You can instruct Nexi to interact with you in a specific way or to mention things related to your stream's content. By using these prompting techniques, you can create a truly unique and engaging personality for Nexi that will make your stream stand out. For even more detailed tips, tricks, and examples of personality prompts, be sure to check out the text version of the setup guide. The link is in the description. And that's it. You've successfully set up Nexi, your AI Twitch streamer. you're now ready to add a whole new level of interactivity and engagement to your streams. Remember that customization is key. Keep experimenting with different settings, personalities, voices, and commands to find what works best for you and your audience. Don't be afraid to tweak things and try new ideas. If you have any questions as you're using Nexi, or if you run into any issues, remember to check out the detailed text guide. The link is in the description below. You can also reach out to our support team for help. Thanks for watching this setup guide, and happy streaming!